This is a terrible song. Why did you choose this, Purple Pumpkin Pete? I don't care if it's Halloween! Orange Squash Alley had a way better taste in music than you. Oh! My Twitter poll is finished! Which Halloween Super Show would you rather? Dead Space? Over Resident Evil 4? I think you're just confused. In spite of how popular the Resident Evil series has always been, when tackling Resident Evil 4, Shinji Mikami... Dead Space, created in 2008, was initially intended to be a System Shock 2 sequel. However, it was thanks to the 2005 release of Resident Evil 4 that designer Ben Wenat and executive producer Glenn Schofield decided to take inspiration from its design. And I don't mean a little inspiration, I mean a lot. According to Ben Wenat, it's pretty obvious when you play Dead Space to look at it and go, yeah, it's almost like they decided to make Resident Evil 4 in space, which is exactly what we were doing. Of course, there was the whole convincing EA to let them do it thing. In other words, the initial team decided to work on Dead Space without any green light from EA in order to convince EA to allow them to make an original IP. So, how is Resident Evil 4 in space? Well... It all begins with a distress call from your girlfriend, who explains something terribly wrong has happened on the ship she's on, the USG Ishimura, a planet-cracked ship designed to drill into planets and extract its resources. You control Isaac, an engineer on his way with a team to fix whatever issues are wrong with the ship.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the phone.
That's not even at all suspicious. It's not like anything bad could happen in space. Let's go to it, you dummy!
It's a busted array like we thought. Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I told you! Nobody listens to the engineer. After you manage to safely crash land onto the Ishimura, Isaac finishes putting on his suit and Kendra syncs it up to the ship. And you see his health bar fill up, which is the spinal cord of his suit. This is the start of an important aspect to Dead Space, how cool and forward-thinking its HUD, or heads-up display, was. Every aspect of your HUD is incorporated into Isaac's suit and has a logical reason to be there within the game. This also clears any unnecessary clutter from the screen to keep you engaged. For example, his health meter is part of his suit, all of the menus are displays coming out of his visor, randomly tracking these with you, and weapon ammo is displayed over your weapon, presumably also thanks to your visor. And while I'm sure this isn't the first game to do this, it certainly stood out thanks to it. On the Ishimura, no one is around, no security is on, and no nothing. The power is also out, and...
Let's get that computer display up, Isaac.
Worry not! I'm a great engineer. I know how to press buttons. Yes. I don't get it. This would seem to be the damage report, which shows several aspects of the ship are offline, including the tram system.
The hell?
Oh, Jesus! No. I have zero clue where I'm going, and that's fine. Yeah, we'll just go down the elevator. So, we're leaving as soon as humanly possible. I need a break. Also, how did this elevator get approved through the safety check? Look at that! I'm just saying. Aight, so you take the elevator down only to find a dead body and the wording, cut off their limbs, and your first weapon, the plasma cutter. Here's a great example of using the environment to teach you how to play the game. It feels like a great way to keep you in the mood of the game without a menu display.
Here's a list of enemies for extra damage.
Okay, got it. Thanks for telling me again. With this, you're clear to fight off against a horrific space creature, only to discover... No! George! George and I first met back in engineering academy. He had 12 brothers and 4 sisters, but all of them passed away from various space missions in space. As the last remaining sibling, this was supposed to be his final trip before returning home. But now his parents have lost all 17 of their children to space. Damn it! Space! You know what to do. Give me that! You finally reconvene with your team, sort of, only to discover the tram system is down, which is the way to get everywhere you need, in particular the bridge, which has the personnel files and should have the location of Isaac's girlfriend, Nicole. So off to do some engineering. On the way, you'll get the—
We think we figured it out. Smith killed one. Listen, forget about shooting him in the body. You gotta cut off the limbs. Grab a cutter, anything like that.
I get it! Shoot them in the limbs! That's 3 times now.
Isaac, be careful. Shooting them in the body didn't seem to work. Go for the limbs. Dismember them. That should do the job.
Conserve ammo by dismembering enemy limbs and doing extra damage.
Okay, 5 times? What, do you think I'm an idiot, game? You were annoyed too! Anyways, on the way, you'll get a new ability, Stasis. This allows you to temporarily slow down both objects and enemies in time, and will be important for puzzle solving, such as your first puzzle requiring you to slow down a malfunctioning maintenance claw in order to fix the tram system. And similar to Alien, you'll discover the necromorphs love vents, so they'll be popping out of vents left and right, because who doesn't love solving puzzles while scary-ass blade space zombies are swarming out to kill you? In true survival horror fashion, the game has fairly limited ammo, meaning you'll want to take some time to not just waste away your shots. The game also adds a branching upgrade system which utilizes various power nodes you'll find along the way, or combines shops for a steep price. You can upgrade the various weapons you find throughout the game, your suit, and other abilities, and this definitely becomes vital for powering up your shots in order to not waste ammo on some of the later enemies. Once the necromorphs are dealt with, and the tram fixed, it's time to get the hell out of there, back to your ship, and— what the— oh shit! Oh shit! Jesus, fuck! Isaac, I'm so sorry. Oh, he's fine. Never mind! Guess I'll just stay on this stupid ass Ishimura. And when I say that, I mean it. You'd think a spaceship would be futuristic and nice, but these future bathrooms are the absolute worst. If this is future toilet technology, color me not impressed. Being that you're now stuck on the ship, it's time to find another way out, which will require the captain of the ship's authorization codes attached to his rig. He just happens to be deceased, which on the bright side means he'll be easy to find. So off to intensive care, where a crazy lady will give you another new ability, Kinesis. This ability allowing you to grab faraway objects, pull them in, and shoot them away. Oh god, there goes your leg. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Oh, that's your arm. Oh no, ooh, that's your head. Oh. It's a horrible tragedy. Along the way, you'll find various schematics which allow you to buy new items at the computer terminals. This includes more powerful rigs for yourself, giving you more armor and protection, as well as weapons and tools. Because you definitely don't have a death wish or anything like that, the way to go is by following the blood trail to— As you follow the blood trail deeper into the med lab, you'll discover a number of things. For one, it seems the captain was a member of a religious group called the Unitologists and was deep into sipping that juice. At the ship's latest mission, they found an important religious symbol to the Unitologists, the marker. He also intended to bring it on board the ship. Another thing, which of course could no way whatsoever correlate with that, is the slow process of people on the ship wanting to, quote, make it whole again, and slowly going more and more insane until they eventually turn into the monsters on board, necromorphs. Searching further for the captain will result in finding a couple new necromorph variants. This includes a smaller one that jumps around shooting missiles from his tentacles, and a winged bat-like necromorph, which, transforms dead bodies into necromorphs. So, time for more stomping! Finding the captain's dead body allows your team on the bridge to access the codes they need, until they have to deal with some necromorphs themselves, which they decide to shoot out of an escape pod. Somehow that seems like a bad idea considering they multiply, but hey, who am I to judge? And in a shocking surprise, Even more is going wrong.
Shit, we've got bigger problems. The ship's engines are offline and our orbit is decaying. Get over to the engineering deck ASAP while I stay here and figure out what the problem is.
Aye, aye, sir. To the engineering deck, where a sweet, sweet party is waiting. To properly fix this ship, you'll be required to fix the centrifuge, which is offline. This will take you into one of the many zero-G rooms and another cool feature of Dead Space. While you yourself can't float around as you have special gravity boots, you can float to just about any point in these sections that has a solid surface, and will fight off various necromorphs who float towards you. While you're typically pointed in these situations for solving puzzles, it's always a nice change of pace from the closed-off corridors you're usually in. With the engineering fixed... Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! So, it's probably worth mentioning that the necromorphs seem to be getting bigger. And I don't just mean fat ones that pop with little tiny ones inside who will chase you, which also exist. I mean like, covering the entire walls of the ship bigger. Either way, once you start up the engines, it now turns out the asteroid defense system is down, and you're required on deck. Engineering is down, the asteroid defense system, eventually even life support goes down in various sections of the ship. But you know what never goes down? The shop!
Space Amazon!
It's better than life support!
Space Amazon!
It's better than life support! Hey, it's Commander Hammond.
I can fix these boards when the main power routing is shot. You're gonna have to reroute them manually through at least 3 junction boxes to activate the primary cannon.
Great! Glad I have to do it. Why don't you deal with this shit? Or this shit? I'll stay here. You go.
By the way, Isaac, be careful. I saw something out there. I don't know what. I only got a glimpse. It was big. Really big.
No shit! Dearest Commander Hammond, I resign. Go fuck yourself. But we're still stuck on the ship, so might as well fix the power for the asteroid defense system. This will lead you out into one of the many sections in outer space, which is actually pretty cool. The game lets you do this. You have a limited supply of oxygen, leading to a bit of time management, and... I knew I should have retired. If you get past the asteroids hurling at you, you'll get a chance to manually control the asteroid defense while the power is rerouted. And now that I'm in control, nothing could possibly go wrong.
Automated tracking system enabled.
Nice shooting, Isaac.
What? You thought I was gonna do another death joke? Once the asteroid's defense power is rerouted to auto-shoot, to my complete surprise and shock, another issue plagues the ship. This time the oxygen levels are falling due to some organic tissue that's been growing on the ship. In order to stop it, Kendra will help us create a poisonous compound to destroy the tissue.
I gotta look at it. It's huge. You won't believe it. Shut itself in food storage.
You don't say. Ah! Okay, so you do attempt to poison this thing ahead of time, but it doesn't really fully work, meaning you have to actually fight it off for real, the Leviathan. And once you get over the panic of how big it is, it really isn't that difficult. It can just drain a lot of your ammo. With the Leviathan defeated, the oxygen levels return back to normal, Commander Hammond has gone missing, and Kendra decides the best idea is to send an SOS beacon out for help.
Couldn't be easy, could it? I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Oh, you don't know how much more of this you can take? Have you seen what I've been up to? Keep your damn head up, you shit! I'm tired of this. On the way to send out an SOS on an asteroid, you run into Nicole, your girlfriend, who helps you make it into a locked room while a horde of enemies swarm out at the two of you.
Isaac, make us whole again.
I think she might be crazy. Apparently, Kendra is now seeing hallucinations of her dead brother, so Nicole, not really sure what to think of.
Make us whole again.
This thing? After doing more fixings, this time with a down comms unit, and fighting a giant necromorph. Bad alien! Bad! Stop throwing my own ship at me! You're using it too! Destroying the ship will kill you too, idiot! Your SOS signal is picked up by another ship.
In response to your SOS, we picked up your escape pod, number 47, and are en route to your position.
Until they have to deal with some necromorphs themselves, which they decide to shoot out of an escape pod. Somehow that seems like a bad idea. Escape pod. Oh.
Don't wait for me!
Can't say I didn't call it. You find a singularity core on the now destroyed rescue ship, which, does something. Also, you receive a message from a certain Dr. Klein who wants you to visit him. Apparently, the marker is on the ship and the church wants it, whereas he wants you to return it to the planet it was found on. You also discover that not only was Captain Matthias of the Ishimura a unitologist, but so were many of the crew, and they purposely went off mission to find the marker and take it back to Earth. They realized the marker was turning everyone into the horrifying necromorphs, but viewed it as an evolution rather than a horrifying alien species, and the marker drove many of the crew insane. Apparently, there's some giant necromorph on the planet they found the marker on called the Hive Mind.
It's the source, controlling the necromorphs telepathically. We were so stupid! Return the marker and seal the Hive Mind.
Kendra ain't down with that and wants you to just escape. So, who to trust? For the time being, you help out Dr. Klein by loading the marker onto the escape shuttle in order to gain his trust.
Over here! Hurry! There's no time to waste, we must do it!
Who the fuck? Okay, I don't mean who, I guess I mean how. I see the gunshot. But how is his wound in the front of the body? Of all the things in this game, this makes the least amount of sense. Oh, and Kendra turns out to be evil. It's part of the government and wants to bring the marker back to Earth or something. Apparently, this one is a reproduction modeled after a real marker alien artifact, and when the government activated it, it created the necromorphs, so they sealed it on the planet to be forgotten forever and viewed it as an experiment. Which is all well and good, but why the fuck did Kendra leave me behind? That's it! I don't even care anymore. I'll take my girlfriend's advice even though she's probably absolutely insane.
Make us whole again. Make us whole again.
And take us all down to the planet using the Ishimura's emergency shuttle recall.
Escape pod away, crew shuttle USG-09. Repeat, shuttle has ejected escape pod.
Bring myself down to the planet and return the marker back to where it damn well belongs.
I knew you'd return to me. We are whole again, Isaac. We are whole.
I done goofed. Fortunately, or not, I'm not really sure at this point, Kendra shows up and takes the marker back, stopping whatever was going to happen. She also points out that Isaac has gone insane, showing Isaac the end of the distress video he received at the very beginning of the game, which goes something like this.
I always loved you.
So, yeah, Isaac's insane. So, might as well just leave this place. And kill that thing! Which, really, as long as you're well prepared, isn't too difficult of a fight. So, with nothing stopping you, you run into the shuttle, escape off the planet, and witness an asteroid just happening to crash into the planet, destroying everything. And the day is saved. You get to see what Isaac actually looks like, which was actually pretty surprising, as it seemed like the game would pull a Halo and never show you what its protagonists look like, and finally get to... What? Oh, I guess technically she was on the ship with you, just as a necromorph, and you left her there? All in all, for me, Dead Space felt like the perfect follow-up to Resident Evil 4. It took everything Resident Evil 4 established and added more horror. In an especially bold move, the team made it so you would have to target the enemy's limbs in order to kill them, which made the game more challenging, but also more frightening, as, if a horror game is too easy, that releases a lot of the fear and tension. And thanks to this implementation of horror, Dead Space has become a classic title and well-deserving of praise. So with that said, happy What? Are you trying to jump scare me?